prepare yourselves for a monumentous bull run with AI altcoins. Now, specifically in the next 3 months, I think AI altcoins are going to really blow people away. They were the first, or one of the first narratives to really take off when we saw the bull run kick into gear and explode come about October, November, December of last year. And we saw many coins like Fetch, now ASI, do many multiples, I think 4 or 5x over a very short period of time. And that is what I believe we have in store for AI altcoins in the next 3 months. So I think it makes the most amount of sense if you have some dry powder, or if you're someone looking to rebalance your portfolio and looking for new coins, to consider AI. Now, I would never recommend, 100% of your portfolio being AI altcoins, but this, in my opinion, is one of the very few narratives that you can go ahead and have a lot of coins exposed to, because it's just going to be very similar to the dot-com boom for the traditional markets back in the 2000s. So, okay, what makes me so confident in the next 3 months? Why 3 months? Well, if we have a look at a few different charts here, we notice that, first of all, okay, don't panic, we're on track, guys. We're literally at this black line right here. And the last 2 cycles, represented by the blue and the green marker, are literally flat stick aligned with where we are right now. So there is nothing to complain about or worry about. Now, again, of course, if we were 100% down from where we are right now, okay, if maybe not 100%, but if we were down like 50%, like way down here in the abyss, maybe you could argue a few different points. But again, as far as we know right now, historically, we are on track. Now, particularly AI, and you can kind of argue Deepin if we superimpose Deepin on this chart as well. AI, again, like I said, pumped first. It was one of the very first narratives that took hold of the bull run sentiment and kind of took off with it, because pretty much everyone's investing in AI altcoins. It's not just in crypto. We're talking about traditional VCs, traditional markets are acquiring businesses and, looking at getting some equity of AI companies. And I think a lot of this was, pushed so heavily thanks to ChatGPT and OpenAI. So we can see here AI is in this reddish color, and it even beat, of course, Bitcoin. So it obviously did a lot more gains than Bitcoin did. But in the same respects as well, it kind of pumped a little bit before Bitcoin's sort of push to about 75K or so. And again, it did a lot better than meme coins, and actually still overall in terms of the height of the gains at a given time, actually did better than meme coins. Now, this takes me to my next point, volume. Now, you guys can't quite see this, but AI actually is in second right now for the volume per narrative, which is a good thing because, of course, the more money you have flowing around, the more interest there is, the more the price will hopefully eventually go up. But it's interesting to me that, of course, AI is still in number 2 here, all right? And why I say interesting is because we really haven't had a big pop-off so far over the last 4 or 5 months with AI altcoins. It's been moving sideways. Nevertheless, I think, again, it's going to pretty much repeat. I think we're going to see AI altcoins take precedence when the market heats up in about September, and worst case, October, November, December, the last quarter of a bull run. This is Bitcoin's monthly returns, by the way, tends to be a very bullish time in a bull market. We can see back here in 2021 that we were up quite a lot, and going back to the previous bull market as well, on average, we're pretty much having gains of around 25%, 50%, and give or take 5%. So to me, again, I think we're in for a very, very good end of this year, no matter what. And that's, of course, going to help push AI up. And lastly, I will mention as well that if we were to superimpose the last 4 years of that last bull run to where we are right now, just kind of like we saw before with those green and blue lines, look at the 2017 cycle and the last cycle, we are again exactly tracking on target right now. Things are eerily rhyming. Again, you don't want to say repeating, but rhyming definitely, okay? So we, of course, had the massive bull run to still occur. So if it were to play out exactly, which again it is, right? That's about a 400K Bitcoin. Now, I don't think we'll hit 400K. I think if you look anything over 300K, maybe even 250K, again, it could do that, but you don't want to be hoping. You want to be kind of expecting the worst case. That way you actually make money in general. So AI is one of the most heavily invested areas of crypto right now, period. Okay. $207 million invested in AI and other sort of startups in the last 96 hours. This was about a week and a half ago on July 4th. But nevertheless, money is still flowing into altcoins. Again, particularly a keen interest in AI. And we can come to the bull run cheat sheet and actually have a look. We track all this, right, in the private community. Links down below. So the AI narrative has this really, really great connection with Deepin, another really impressive narrative of the bull run, which I've ranked 10 out of 10 in my personal subjective score. So 362% so far from the lows of some of these coins to the highs. and you can see DeepIn is slightly behind. But again, a lot of these coins share similarities. They are essentially a power duo. If you have AI agents, that theoretically is, or technically is, a DeepIn project as well. The only narrative, as we saw before, destroying these two is memes, okay? Now, we're not tracking every single meme coin here, just the top ones, but even then, it's a 13x. Actually, technically, it's a 14x, and these are about a 4.5x or so, close to a 5x. So again, compared to other narratives, it's still very, very good, but like meme coins, again, are, in my opinion, a bit of a lottery. AI, you can say the same sort of thing, but these projects also have underlying companies with real utility. I mean, what really is utility these days? Not much in crypto, at least. But that's why I'm so bullish, because we don't just have a fad. We don't just have this sort of niche crypto-specific lottery pulling narrative, which is meme coins. We actually have not just crypto demand, but real Web 2 demand. We can see here this report from Statistica, a very reputable research and development website and company, 15 trillion bull case, 12 trillion by 2030 bear case for the AI market globally. Okay, so this is very promising to see. We can even see in 2025, so over the next year or so, we're going to pretty much double. It's insane. It's literally insane. Not just those guys, PwC, these guys are just as impressive of a company, probably more impressive to be honest with you. These guys predict, again, crazy gains by 2030. This is their sort of, I guess, average case, distributed into the 3 different primary areas that AI will encompass, and we have about a $15 to $16 trillion global market size of AI. So again, the reason why I'm bringing AI up so much is because we can literally contrast it with the dot-com boom, except in this case, fingers crossed, we don't have such a monumental F-up, all right? Let's hope that AI being AI, it's actually going to learn from itself and get better, and ideally, there's going to be a market for this. But again, it is similar to dot-com boom because a lot of companies are just throwing their money into it and saying, take my money, do what you have to do, train these AI models, and let's make some money together, right? So we have a lot of these companies like Anderson Horowitz over here, a massive VC. These guys are really big in the world of VC, education, all the rest of it. You guys know who these people are, right? They're looking to invest a lot more into AI, this article says. SoftBank as well, $9 billion a year in AI investments while hunting bigger deals. Apple introducing Apple Intelligence, right? A new open AI partnership. It's taking the world by storm, okay? So all of this being said, I think you get the picture by now, right? We're about, almost 10 minutes into the video, and I don't think I needed to spend 10 minutes to explain to you just how impressive it is, but I hope you understand the fact that you got to kind of think as AI like a super fast car that's kind of just like pottering along, and then the turbos just start spooling up and it's ready to launch, right? That's maybe a bad example, but that's the way I feel with this. We've had the experience already. We've seen with our own eyes the monumental gains and rapid gains that they can quickly take in a bull run. So why are you lacking? If you're someone that doesn't have any AI altcoins in your portfolio, I'm not telling you to buy because none of this is financial advice. And by the way, there is no paid partnership on any of the coins I'm about to tell you. But here's the coins you should really be thinking about, okay? These are the coins I like. These are the coins I research. And of course, I talk about what I research and I like, okay? Let's get the first one, the obvious one, out of the way. Okay, that's Render. Obviously, AI, DeepIn, right in the crux of it. It's got a burn mechanism. I mean, it's amazing. The parent company of Toy literally has given the Render network instant life, which usually takes a very long time to find some sort of adoption or actual utility in this case. The green, gray, and red zone, as you know, by being subscribed or, of course, being in the private community, is a great way for you to not be greedy and to actually make money. This is something I talk about quite a lot. The green zone is where you can actually look to sell at in a way or a level that's going to allow you to actually exit the market before everyone starts kind of fighting each other to sell. Sellers versus sellers, the price tanks and you end up getting out while beneath or holding your tokens forever where you desired, okay? Whereas in the green zone, you still likely have buyers from the current price, a fantastic price, mind you, a great drop. Actually, we're a little bit more. It's about a 17x from the top of the green zone. You shouldn't do that. The gray zone's a buffer zone. Red zone, you're potentially risking it. This line's the price prediction. People always seem to think, hey, if someone gives a price prediction, I'm going to go for the price prediction. No. Price predictions are where someone, at least myself, I can't speak for every person out that talks about this, but price predictions for me is where it might wick to and wick down from. You don't want to be aiming for that, okay? You kind of want to be out here when everyone's like, oh, Render's got an extra 100x in the tank still. That's what you kind of want to be looking for. So Render, in my opinion, $116.50 is, and honestly, I think a pretty decent max green zone level. But again, you do want to be out sooner if you possibly can. Not financial advice. ASI, of course, this was once Fetch, now a sort of accumulation of Fetch, Ocean, and Singularity Net, this sort of alliance looking to go past where we are in, artificial intelligence right now, move even past artificial general intelligence and move straight into artificial super intelligence. Basically, the thing that will take us to Mars in like 2 years, right? Whatever. So in my opinion, I think $20 is a good cap of the green zone here. This is about a 17x or so from the current price. And keep in mind, people go, Corin, how are these coins in a 17x? You're crazy, you're tripping, right? But understand, we've been given a golden opportunity to get in here at very low levels. I mean, look at this. ASI is now at $1.20. Now, we compare this, of course, to Fetch because it basically is Fetch still with a bit more tokens in circulation. And it went as high as $3.50, okay? And it was sort of pumping from an average of 50 cents. I think you would have been really happy to get it at 50 cents. And we aren't too far off that right now, okay? There's still room for this project to go. Same as Render, all right? Same as Render. Now, what I want to introduce you guys to next is actually something that we should all be taking into consideration when we're looking for new AI altcoins. Again, .com boom all over again. Now, you want to kind of find the altcoins that aren't, trying to just, hey, we do AI, and that's it. Like, trust us, bro. You don't want to be doing that. You want to find the ones that actually have good investors. Chances are good investors means they've done the research for you. And then if you're a basic crypto investor, like you and I, retail, right, that usually is a good sign. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but that's a good start. And then you want to look more into the project and what it's solving. So where we can land ourselves is looking at this, right? CryptoRank.io, looking specifically at the crypto funds and investors, and then filtering by artificial intelligence, okay? Which is honestly what you probably want to do in this case. You might want to even filter by the lead investments, or more particularly the tier, right? So look for tier 1 investors, the high quality investors. We can see people like Balaji, Delphi is a tier 1 investor as well, Spartan Group, these guys claim is a tier 1, I probably wouldn't. I agree, Hashkey, Sequoia, obviously tier 1 as well. Sandeep may claim as a tier 2, I'd probably agree tier 2, tier 1. So we're looking at some of these VCs, again, the tier 1s particularly, and finding what they're investing in. Now, we can see 2 investing in Sentient rather. Balaji, very, very good investor, by the way. If you don't know who Balaji is, do your research, right? Investing in this coin. So I figured I would collect some of the coins at these levels that I'm interested in, okay? Obviously, number 1 over here, the one that Balaji invested in. You also have Hashkey and Dragonfly, 2 other tier 1 investors. And again, I agree with this. Matter of fact, this is actually a part of the bull run cheat sheet as well. We actually do cover some of the VCs to watch. You can see here, this list will grow very soon. So I actually had a look at this coin, Prettier, and I must say, very simple. This is the actual homepage on the website, but you must have a look, of course, at the niche it's in within AI itself. It's kind of like Midjourney. If you guys have ever used Midjourney before, very simple, but again, this is crypto focused, okay? So again, there's not much to this in terms of, wow, this is an amazing coin, look at all this. But again, sometimes in crypto, it's not like the idea or the meme that so much makes a project do well. It's the simplicity of the project. I've found many, many times meme coins are a prime example. Yes, the meme plays into it, but also, again, the simplicity. Can people actually use it, and will they want to use it? So if they go ahead and actually enable some sort of crypto payments for each of these generations, then that will actually create internal revenue for the project, which will then encourage investors to want to invest more into it. Now, one obvious pick on this list also is Sentient as well. So these guys were invested in by a whole bunch of tier 1 investors, Delphi, Spartan, Hashkey, and Pantera. Importantly, Pantera was one of the lead investors as well. Hypersphere is actually, personally, I think is an S-tier investor, tier 1 investor. They were also involved with it as well. Now, these guys are super interesting, right? What they're actually looking to do here is create a competitor to ChatGPT, but on the blockchain. So community-built, open, artificial general intelligence. So we have ASI, artificial super intelligence. These guys are one step back, but keep in mind, ASI hopes to create ASI, but AGI will have to happen first to some degree. So this is going to be a great competitor to a behemoth, which of course is ChatGPT. Now, this is part of their website, their foundation page. Their website actually isn't working, I don't believe, right now, but I did find this article. Peter Thiel led AI crypto startup Sentient Labs raises $85 million. This is one to for sure keep an eye on if I were you. I personally will be. Next up is Spectral. Okay, I've talked about this quite a bit. It was in last night's video, actually. I've been covering this quite a lot. Unfortunately, we did have pretty high prices over here. Again, most coins are about down a 60% or so, right at 3x, give or take, from their recent highs. However, again, I think right now a great market cap size, $60 million, so it just is in that micro cap range. But what they're pretty much looking to enable is for developers to come on here with AI agents, so it does hit deep in as well, and literally just like type in human language, create me this smart contract or this layer 2, and then it spins it up and ships it off as a smart contract and then self-diagnoses, and then it does that. Now, it's not just that. That's one of their flagship current products. They're also looking to do a whole bunch of different things by creating different AI agents, or like little servants, if you will, for different tasks to allow people to use them plug and play style, all right? Now, these guys have been backed by massive investors: Circle, Franklin Templeton, Polychain, Galaxy Digital, Parafire Capital, Jump Capital, Samsung. Need I say more? Huge investors, right? And lastly, the most degen of them all, the micro cap, but possibly a huge play for the bull run, is Laka AI. Okay, this one is kind of like almost like a phone, like a virtual assistant. Basically, you can just type whatever you want in it, and it's hooked up via APIs to the whole entire market. And we know this thanks to their connection with Covalent. This is kind of like the graph, if you will. Hooks up to a whole different bunch of blockchains, pulls the data in. So basically, you can say, use the bot and say, hey, Laka, I kind of want to sell my Ethereum and transfer it into this. And when this hits this price, can you sell that and do a swap and blah, blah, blah. It does it all, right? They're also partnered over here with AWS and Google. So you can go ahead and use browsers and purchase things online directly through the extension itself. Huge idea, very promising. There are other competitors in this specific niche as well, but you want to keep an eye on the roadmap. You want to, keep track if you are looking to speculate on a micro cap like this. What is coming in the future? It's very important you understand, just like we saw, of course, with the likes of AOS Network. Those guys were a completely different product. Refresh the website. Had you known that, had you seen that and expected it, you would have been able to reap 40x plus multiples in a very short period of time. So you want to have a look at things like this for events that will trigger buy pressure, okay? Especially on a coin this small, it literally will take about $10 million and you've 10x your money. Very simple, right? So with that all being said, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed. You've seen, now that I've got the writing on the wall, hopefully at this point in time, how impressive AI is going to be and has been so far. Even past the bull run, these will be great opportunities for 2030. That is a story for a whole different video, and I most definitely will keep you covered in the next bear market and beyond. I'm not going anywhere. Take good care, guys. Bye-bye.